Last night, Democratic Senator from Pennsylvania John Fetterman did not vote with his party. He voted with Republicans to keep the government open and therefore increase health care premiums and take health care from Americans all across the United States. And when interviewed by a reporter, Fetterman admitted that he was receiving negative feedback and complaints from Pennsylvanians that he represents, but that he felt like it was his only option to keep the government open. Now, no one wants a government shutdown, especially because the President of the United States is going to use this to permanently furlough thousands of federal workers. But on the other hand, Democrats have got to start playing hardball instead of just allowing themselves to be bullied and constantly following decorum. I've had a bad taste in my mouth with Fetterman on a few occasions. I attended a Kamala Harris rally in Erie, Pennsylvania a few weeks before the election last year, and Fetterman gave a speech and introduced Kamala Harris. And he said all the right things, but you could just kind of tell there was no true emotion behind what he was saying. And a few short weeks later, after she lost the election, he was buddying up to Trump in the Oval Office. And then I had one personal interaction with him. His child or children see the same pediatrician that my children do in Pittsburgh. And last year I was taking one of my kids to their annual appointment. And when you walk into the pediatrician's office, you have to check in on a computer at a kiosk. And then if they need additional information like your insurance card or your ID, then the receptionist at the desk calls you up. This is pretty common practice at hospitals and doctors' offices all throughout the city of Pittsburgh. I had already checked in and was sitting in the waiting room waiting with my daughter, and in walks Fetterman with his child. And there's the sign saying check in at the kiosk, and literally all you have to do is type in the child's name and date of birth, and then you're given an option of who you are: mother, father, other, guardian. And he started loudly complaining about having to use this kiosk, went straight up to the receptionist and started bullying this poor woman because he didn't want to use the kiosk. Now, it was quickly resolved, and I'm pretty sure they just checked him in manually. And no, he didn't scream at her, he didn't get in her face, it wasn't anything like that, but just the inflection in his voice and his outright refusal to just use the standard procedure, it was